I was dying from a terminal illness and wanted to break up with my girlfriend. So I lied to her. I told her my name was Luke. We should call it quits because I had hooked up with some rich woman. What we had was just a fling, so let's end things on good terms. Luke, please don't break up with me. She sobbed and got down on her knees, grabbing onto me. She even threatened to hurt herself, but in the end, I still walked away without looking back. I figured our paths would never cross again, but then a year later, while I was out on a delivery, I bumped into her Porsche and saw her looking stunning. The moment she stepped out of that car, I frantically shoved my terminal diagnosis notice into my pocket. Her driver rushed toward me before she could get there. Hey, you delivery guy, watch where you're going. You scratched the car, do you even have money to pay for this? I kept my head down, not wanting Lily to see what I had become. I'm sorry if this was my fault. I'll figure out a way to pay for it, I said while trying to pick my scooter back up. I just wanted to get out of there fast and out of Lily's sight. I couldn't let her recognize me, but the next second our eyes met anyway. She was wearing a red dress and looked absolutely beautiful like a swan. She had on an expensive gemstone necklace and her eyes were bright and clear. She had this cool, elegant vibe about her, while my eyes darted around nervously. Once Lily realized it was me, her expression instantly went cold. Oh, you really think you can afford to pay for this? Do you know how much this car costs? Her voice was cold and completely empty of emotion. She was now a top celebrity in the entertainment industry, while I had become a delivery driver. Facing the person she had become, all I could give her was my blessing and genuine happiness for her sorry about this. Just tell me how much and I'll do my best to cover it, I said, turning to the driver. Just leave your contact info, right as the driver was about to give me his number. Lily cut him off. Forget it. Please, there is no way this guy can ever pay for it anyway. Let's just go. She walked back toward the car, took a few steps, then suddenly stopped and stared at me. Jake, stop trying to get my attention like this. We are not the same kind of people anymore. Just look at yourself. Even if you regret it now, it's too late. Is that really what she thinks of me? All at once, I felt like something had stabbed me right in the chest, and I had to fight hard to hold myself together. About 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. The doctors told me I had less than a year left, and at the time, my startup was at a critical point, and Lily was about to compete in a major talent competition. We had been together for 10 years. Both of us had come from our hometown to make it in this big city. We used to dream about me building a business, her making it in the entertainment world, and once we had money, I would invest in her projects, help her get acting roles, and make sure all the drama in that industry never touched her. When we had saved up enough, we would buy a big place in this city, have 2 kids, and take them out to stargaze whenever we had the time. Back then, Lily would lean on my shoulder and pout. Can we skip the kids? I want it to just be the 2 of us looking at the stars, that time belongs to us. I laughed and swore to myself I would always take care of this woman by my side. No matter what it took, I was going to give her a good life. But all those beautiful dreams were completely shattered by a single piece of paper that said terminal cancer. The next day, while Lily was out competing, I packed my things and moved out. I left all the money I had for Lily, and then I cut off all contact with her. During that phone call, when I ended things, I said the harshest and coldest words I had ever spoken to her. You are just a naive little girl who doesn't understand anything. You can't help me at all with my career. All you do is eat around, take pictures, and goof off. Honestly, you're just dead weight being with you. Means I will never be successful. You are quietly suffocating me. Please don't go. I will change, I promise. I won't mess around anymore. I will be serious and stay by your side. Help you, please don't leave me. I'm so sorry. But what choice did I have? I had less than a year left. I couldn't drag her down with me. Leaving was the only way to do right by her. Listening to her cry her heart out, I felt like my own heart was being torn apart. Tears ran quietly down my face, and I told her, if you really think you have what it takes, then go out there and compete. Get a great result and prove me wrong. After saying that, I hung up and threw away my old SIM card. From that day on, I disappeared completely from Lily's life, but I truly loved her. She was amazing. She would cook me a bowl of noodles whenever I came home late. Sometimes she would give me back rubs, act goofy, and make me laugh. I really did love her so much, but the reality was I had no right to keep loving her. I watched her get into that fancy car and drive away. Then I checked on the customer's order. It had spilled. I took a deep breath and called the customer to apologize when they picked up. They laid into me over the phone. I waited forever. And you go and spill my food? Are you serious right now? I kept a smile in my voice and kept apologizing. I said I would make it up to them, but they snapped back. Some lousy refund isn't going to fix the fact that my lunch is ruined. After going back and forth, I finally agreed to a triple refund before they calmed down. Once I hung up, I wasn't all that down about it. Life is full of setbacks, but nothing hits harder than my diagnosis. Because of this illness, I had already given up. The person I loved most every time that thought hit me. It felt like a knife twisting in my chest, but at least I could take some comfort in the fact that Lily never gave up on herself. She worked her way up step by step and chased her dream. Over the past year, I had quietly kept an eye on her, watching her grow and build her name. I was genuinely happy for her deep down, but sometimes when I saw negative stuff about her online, with haters coming after her, I would speak up and clap back. Sometimes a hater would say something like, "You talk about her as if you actually know her in real life. Is she really that great?" I always wanted to say she's 1,000 times better than anything I could ever describe. And yeah, I really do know her. But I could never say that out loud. I was afraid it would bring drama and hurt Lily's reputation. The entertainment industry is cutthroat, especially for someone as hot as her right now. The slightest crack in her image and her enemies would blow it way out of proportion. And just like that, her career could be over after I settled that damaged order. I got a call from my doctor asking me to come in for a follow-up. When I walked into the exam room, the smell of disinfectant hit me. And the moment I breathed it in, my stomach turned. "Hey, you are still young. Are you really done trying to fight this? There's no point. I am not doing treatment." "Dr. Han, can you just prescribe me more pain meds, please? When the pain flares up, it is absolutely brutal. And without those meds, every extra second is pure torture." Dr. Han let out a sigh and quickly wrote me a prescription. I took the slip to the pharmacy to pay and pick up my meds. But the last thing I expected was to run right into Lily. She had a man with her. Lily was wearing a mask, but I could never mistake those eyes anywhere. I also recognized the guy beside her. He was a rising star in the business world. I had seen him covered in all kinds of news stories if I remembered right. His name was something like Hunter. He had built his fortune in tech and graduated from a top university. He was tall and good-looking, with a net worth in the billions and probably every woman's dream guy. Standing there together, they looked like a perfect match. I kept my head down and tried to slip past them, but Lily still noticed me. She shot me a look dripping with sarcasm. "What are you doing here? Are you seriously following me around?" As soon as she said that, the guy beside her immediately went on guard and stepped in front of Lily, staring me down with a sharp look. "Who are you? What do you want?" Seeing him reach over and hold Lily's hand, I still felt a sharp pang deep inside. The woman I had once done everything to protect was now standing behind another man, but maybe that was better. Having a guy like Hunter looking out for Lily put my mind at ease. "Sorry for the misunderstanding. I am just here for a delivery. I will get out of your way." I turned to leave, but before I could get far, I heard Lily's voice behind me. "Jake, save yourself the trouble. There is no way in this lifetime that I will ever have anything to do with you again. Do not even think about me coming back." Her voice was loud, and hearing it made my heart race. I did not dare linger for even a second. I felt like a total fool at that moment, and I got out of there as fast as I could. Even though I knew Hunter would take good care of Lily, I still felt awful inside. It was like a bunch of needles poking into my skin right down to the bone. I ran outside, and once I mixed into the busy crowd, the chaos in my chest slowly settled a little. The words Lily had just said kept spinning around in my head. I knew she hated me. She said all that to hurt me on purpose, but I did not blame her one bit. I brought this on myself. I was the one who hurt her first. So maybe this was karma. I never once expected Lily to come back to me. If anything, I wanted her as far away from me as possible, because a guy with luck as rotten as mine would only bring bad energy. Getting diagnosed with terminal cancer in your early 20s felt like the universe playing a cruel joke, and proof that I was never meant to catch a break. I hopped on my scooter and got moving. A cold gust of wind hit me head on. It was chilly and biting, but it still did not hurt nearly as much as what had just happened. When I walked out on her, I told her she was dead weight, a burden who did nothing to help me. I said every ugly thing I could think of, because I wanted to end things cleanly. But now seeing her again, there was nothing clean about any of it. "Yeah, Lily, I still love you. I never stopped thinking about you, but I cannot love you anymore." As I kept riding, I did not notice when the rain started coming down, and I quickly found shelter. My body was in no shape to get soaked. Even a common cold at this point could be deadly for me. I stood under the overhang watching the rain fall, and thinking about how I had actually gotten to see Lily today, I felt strangely at peace. I stood there zoning out for a while, then once the rain let up, I headed home. When I got back, I tidied up a little and had some light soup. After eating, I pulled out my phone, wanting to see if there was anything new with Lily. She apparently had a historical drama coming out, and the buzz was already huge before it even aired. But as soon as I opened my phone, I spotted something trending. Business mogul and A-list actress spotted together at hospital. I tapped on the trending topic, and some gossip account was claiming that Hunter and Lily had gone to the hospital for a prenatal checkup, saying the two had been secretly dating, and that the hospital visit meant Lily was pregnant, and a big announcement was probably coming soon. Reading that, my chest clenched up, but something inside me immediately felt like it was not true. Lily had only just blown up recently. There was no way she would be pregnant now, and her management team would never allow that. Sure enough, about an hour later, Lily's team released a statement, saying she was at the hospital for a routine checkup and had just happened to run into Hunter. The two had no personal relationship outside of that. The comments were split down the middle. One side defending Lily while the other side was saying give it up. Without Hunter's connections, how would a nobody like her ever get famous? Others were saying Lily was not even worthy of Hunter, and when I saw those comments, I could not just let it slide if I saw it. I was going to fire back. I could not stand watching people trash her. I was in the middle of responding to comments when I got a direct message. Hey man, I can tell you are a real die-hard fan of Lily out of the tens of thousands of hate comments. You are out there replying to every single one. That's wild. The message came from a stranger. Their profile picture was a photo of stars. I just hate watching people come after her. I respect that kind of energy. Not many people would do that. This whole situation blowing up the way it did is genuinely bad for Lily. Are you a loyal fan of hers too? I guess yeah, I think she's great. And she works really hard. I sent a laughing emoji to show I agreed. We had a pretty good vibe going, and the conversation flowed naturally. Honestly, if Hunter is genuinely into Lily, being together might not be so bad. No way my girl Lily would never be into him. Hunter is just a player. He has women all over the place. And honestly, this whole trending story was probably something he staged himself. Their whole tone shifted after that. Let me be clear. I am a career fan, and right now she absolutely cannot be in any relationship. Yeah, you have got a point. Okay, I am done chatting. I am annoyed and going to sleep. They went offline right after sending that. I clicked on their profile and checked the location. It showed local, and their username was something like Little Sparrow, with a line in the bio about watching the stars with someone special. Other than that, there were no videos posted, barely any info, but they seemed like a pretty interesting person. By then it was getting late. I looked at the lock screen photo of Lily. This was taken when we had just started dating. We got together right after high school graduation, and this picture was taken back then. It was not as polished as the high-res professional shots you see of her online now, but to me this photo was one of a kind. Over the years I had gotten new phones, but I never once changed this photo. She always told me it was a bad photo and tried to swap it out a few times, but I never let her. This was the very first photo I ever took of her, and to me the girl in that picture was just as beautiful as any celebrity out there. After high school we went to different colleges, but the distance never hurt us, unlike most couples who could not survive long distance. We actually grew closer because of it and cherished every moment together. Neither of us came from money, but just to see each other. We would work every side job we could find and save up for train tickets. From freshman year to senior year, the stack of train tickets we had collected was several inches thick. My roommates were always jealous, man. The universe must have been blind to give you a girlfriend that gorgeous and that loyal all at once. I always felt incredibly lucky to have met Lily, and I treasured her completely. When we were together, I never wanted her to feel any stress. I always jumped in to cook and do the dishes, and I would buy her pretty clothes, save up to get her the jewelry she liked, and back then we were both so full of hope, with endless dreams for the future whenever I spent money on her. She would not let me and say to save it so we could build a home together in this city. When other guys tried to pursue her while we were long distance, she always shut it down right away, and would tell me, Jake, I am only ever going to love you and no one else. There will never be another man. And I would always tell her back, I will only ever love you too, and I would never let you down. But in the end, I broke that promise. I let her down. She had put up with so much for me, and never once got to live the happy life she deserved. I am the one who wronged her, lost in all those memories. I finally drifted off to sleep, but in the middle of the night, an indescribable wave of pain hit me out of nowhere. I jolted upright in bed, and outside it was pitch black. I struggled to grab my pain meds and get them down, but they barely did anything. The pain had me rolling around on the floor crying out. Cold sweat was dripping from my palms and forehead, and I had no idea how much time passed when someone suddenly burst into the room. Jake, are you okay? I could not answer. In a haze, I felt my roommate rush me to the hospital, and when I came to, I found myself lying in a clean white hospital bed. I looked around in a daze and saw my roommate sitting next to the bed. Hey Jake, you're awake. How are you feeling? A lot better. I'm good, thank you. Don't thank me, just glad you're okay. Alright, I gotta go finish my deliveries. No worries, man, I am sorry. For holding you up, my roommate told me not to sweat it. After he left, I painfully pushed myself up in bed, and a nurse rushed over right away. Bed 3, what do you think you're doing? Lay back down. Do you have a death wish? Not long after that, my doctor came in. Your condition is not looking good. The pain meds are barely working anymore. I really think you should start treatment. It could ease the pain, at least forget it. I am not doing treatment, it's a waste of money. I climbed out of the hospital bed, and both my doctor and the nurse looked at me. With the look of people who had something to say but could not find the words, I dragged my unsteady body and made my way slowly toward the exit. But the last thing I expected was to run into Lily again. She was the person I thought about every day, yet also the one I most wanted to avoid. I was feeling really weak, and I frantically grabbed my mask and put it on. But it was too late, her eyes had already landed on me. Her gaze flickered a little. Jake, why are you at the hospital again? I got my mask on before I could say anything. Don't tell me you're here to deliver food again. I was not wearing my delivery uniform, so I thought for a second. What I am here for is none of your business. She was already under a ton of scrutiny right now, and if someone snapped a photo, the backlash would only get worse. Lily's expression shifted. You're right. I was out of line, so what are you here for? It has nothing to do with me. A flash of hurt crossed her eyes. It was hard to watch. I gave a quiet response and tried to ease past her and leave, but after a few steps, I could not stop myself. It is getting cold out. Make sure you bundle up and stay warm with that. that. I walked out of the hospital as fast as I could and headed back to my place. I lay there fighting through the discomfort, scrolling on my phone, and saw that the stranger from last night, the one who went by Little Sparrow, had messaged me saying she was having a bad day. I read the message and after a moment I replied what happened. I sent it but did not get a reply right away. Then I spotted another trending topic. The keyword was Hunter denies rumors. I tapped on it and saw that Hunter had posted a video himself, basically saying that he and Lily were not what the media was making them out to be, and that running into her at the hospital was purely coincidental. His statement lined up almost exactly with what Lily's team had already said. I scrolled through the comments and practically everyone was gushing over Hunter, saying he had class and real character for a self-made CEO. To personally come out and clear Lily's name, like that was a big deal. And then someone commented it totally gives off protective boyfriend energy. Like a powerful CEO who jumps in the moment his girl gets caught up in drama. I am so here for this ship, and that comment shot straight to the top. That is when I noticed Little Sparrow's account pop up. She had replied to that top comment. Y'all need to stop, these two have zero chemistry, okay? Besides, Lily is on the rise right now. There is no way she is getting into a relationship. And she definitely does not like Hunter just from that one reply. Little Sparrow sounded so sure, like she was personally involved. Someone came at her fast, but she did not back down one bit. They went back and forth, getting more fired up by the second. I jumped in pretty quick and backed her up. After the dust settled, she sent me a bunch of memes, finally got that out of my system. Glad to hear it, sometimes you just need to let it out. Anything going on in real life, anything bothering you? That question caught me off guard. I mean, do I? Maybe yeah, maybe not. I had less than 3 months left at this point. Talking about being happy or sad felt kind of pointless. Hey, why are you ignoring me? She followed up with a string of meme spam. Nothing is wrong, I just hope she is doing well. She smelled tea immediately and started pressing for details. But this was about Lily and I could not let a single thing slip. I kept it vague, said a quick goodbye and went offline. Once I felt a little better, I headed out to do deliveries. With my condition, I could not make much, but it was enough to cover the basics. I was renting the cheapest place I could find and I did not expect much from life anymore. I also avoided big heavy orders since I could not handle them. Did not want to waste anyone's time, but that day out on deliveries, something unexpected happened. I got an order that specifically requested me, and they had already tipped me $188. I figured it had to be a heavy load, and I was about to message the customer to decline, but I checked the details, and it was just a cake. This was seriously good money for me. The job was easy, and the note just said, deliver it today whenever I could. I was floored. It felt like a gift from above. I did not think twice and hit accept. I really needed the cash, so I picked up the cake from the listed address and made my way to the destination. It was not too far. Maybe half an hour out when I arrived, I found myself at a luxury gated community. Places like this usually do not let delivery drivers inside. They have dedicated staff to receive orders and personally bring them up to the residents, which gives the residents a solid layer of privacy. Just as I was about to hand the order off, the concierge looked over the details. One moment, sir, hearing him call me sir actually caught me off guard. Most people just called me the delivery guy. Is something wrong with the order? When I picked up the cake earlier, I noticed it was pretty pricey. If anything went wrong, I would not just lose the earnings. I could never cover it. The concierge kept a polite smile. No, sir. The resident specifically requested that you deliver it to the door personally. I gave him a look of disbelief. Are you sure about that? Absolutely, sir. Right this way. Let me get the gate for you. I stepped inside. I thought I would have to walk, but they actually had a dedicated cart to shuttle visitors around. I had to admit, rich people really did live differently along the way. I noticed the grounds were beautifully landscaped. Tons of greenery and wide spacing between buildings, way nicer than most places. When we reached the building, the concierge called the elevator for me. This kind of community usually had one elevator per unit, meaning total privacy. The units here started at several million, and I could only imagine what the HOA fees looked like. I thanked the concierge and rode up to the 8th floor. I'm not sure why, but I suddenly felt a little nervous. I got to the unit and reached up to press the bell. The chime barely finished before the door swung open. I was a little surprised. Did the resident know I was on my way up and wait right at the door? But when the door opened, I was completely stunned, because standing there in the doorway was none other than Lily, the person I had never stopped thinking about. Why is it you? It is me. So what you cannot deliver to me? She did not have that cold edge anymore. She just looked at me, like she was waiting to see how I would react. Of course I can. Here is your cake. Enjoy your food. I held the cake out to her, and turned to leave, but she did not reach for it. She just stared at me. She was wearing a loose set of pajamas, no makeup and still breathtakingly beautiful, but I could not bring myself to meet her eyes. I kept my face calm while everything inside me was going haywire. I never imagined she would track me down through the delivery app, and request me specifically. Everything about this moment felt surreal. Not just the situation, but my own heart pounding out of control. Let me just set the cake down. I have other orders to get to. So I snuck a glance at her, and her eyes had gone red. Tears slipped down her face. She locked eyes with me. Jake, do you actually think you were being noble? Do you think you were some kind of hero sacrificing yourself? For everyone else, is that supposed to be impressive? I watched her hands ball into fists. Her nails looked like they were about to dig into her palms. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. Quit playing dumb, Jake. I gotta say, you are a pretty good actor, honestly. I should have put in a word with the director. Got you cast in something, you would have been a huge star. She kept talking as tears rolled down her face watching her like this. My chest felt like it was caving in, but I genuinely did not know how to face her right now. What could I possibly say to her? I had already fallen into a hole I could not climb out of. All I could do was make sure I did not drag her down with me. I could not be her problem to carry. And I definitely could not become her burden. I had even less courage to face her now. I set the cake on the floor and forced back the pain tearing through me. I turned around to walk away just like she said. We were not the same kind of people anymore. We had no business crossing paths. I turned to leave, but suddenly she rushed at me from behind and wrapped her arms around me. Her broken sobs cut right through me. Jake, please do not leave me again. Please do not leave me this time. Her tears soaked through my shirt and seeped into my skin until they completely swallowed me. Lily let go. I tried to pry her arms loose, but no matter what I did, she would not let go. I know everything. Jake, how could you be so dumb? Did you forget everything we ever said to each other? All the promises we made, we said we would go through everything together. Do you really think I can only handle the good times and bail when things get hard? I am holding on to you whether you are sick or not. I am not going anywhere. I can take care of you. Her sobs grew louder. I was worried someone might hear and cause problems. She was in a sensitive position. This could easily spiral into something messy, I thought for a second, then let out a quiet sigh. Lily let us go inside and talk. She slowly loosened her grip but kept a tight hold on my sleeve. Like she was terrified I would bolt. I picked up the cake and followed her in. The place was spacious and everything was spotless. But what really got me were all the photos of the two of us from high school to college to after graduation. To the years we spent grinding together in this city, every single one brought back a flood of memories. She really was something else. What a sweet fool. She was a massive star now with her whole future ahead of her. Keeping these photos around was like sitting on a time bomb if the wrong person ever found them. It could blow everything up for her. I set the cake on the table. Today is not your birthday. It is not, but it is yours. And your birthday already passed, I know. Her eyes were still red, I know that. So I wanted to make it up to you. We eat this cake together. And then I am taking you to the hospital to get treatment, okay? Her voice had completely changed. It was soft and gentle with a kind of careful tenderness to it. Nobody would ever believe that one of the biggest stars out there would be talking to a delivery guy this way, seeing her like this. I almost said something, but I swallowed it back down. This illness was beyond treating. I was running on empty, there was nowhere left to go, and the gap between us was too wide. Let us just eat the cake first. No, you have to promise me. Okay, fine, I promise. The moment I said it, a bright smile broke across Lily's face. She lit the candles on the cake. Her long lashes fluttered softly, making her look stunning. She told me to make a wish. When I opened my eyes, her tears had started falling again. Why are you crying again? I reached up and wiped her tears. Jake, I am scared of losing you. You are not going to lose me. Silly. I promise I have money now. I can pay for your treatment. If doctors here cannot help, we will go abroad. What about your career? I do not care about my career. I do not need to be some big star. I just want to be with you. She sounded like a little girl saying whatever she wanted without a care in the world. The second time I ran into you at the hospital, I knew something was off. So I asked around and found out you were really sick. But this time things are different from before. We have money now. I know you can beat this. She cheered me on with so much hope in her voice. Sunlight poured in through the window, making the whole room feel warm and golden. She suddenly looked at me and asked, Jake, what did you wish for? If you say it out loud, it will not come true. She nodded. Very seriously, you are right about that. Because of my condition, I could not really eat cake, so I took just a small bite. And Lily would not let me have more after that, she told me. The rumors about her and Hunter were completely made up, but Hunter did try to pursue her. She turned him down because, besides you, I could never see myself with anyone else. Lily explained all of this like she was afraid I might be jealous. Time slipped by, and before long she said, let us go to the hospital now. I nodded, and we headed out together, following her lead. Lily handled the hospital admission herself, and got me set up with everything. The best room available and the top specialists on staff. She started reaching out to medical experts across the country to find a way to help me. And she never stopped checking on me, making sure I felt calm and taken care of. Telling me not to stress about anything, but during all of this, her phone kept going off constantly. She got into a heated argument with whoever was on the line, and I started seeing news stories about it online. Lily being a diva, refusing to show up on set. Negative headlines were piling up fast late at night. I lay in the hospital bed in too much pain to sleep, and I looked over at Lily beside me, completely worn out. Sleeping hard, I felt terrible for her, but there was nothing I could do. You do not have to do this yourself. I can hire a nurse. Only I get to take care of you. This time I am doing it right. I am not the same girl I used to be. I have grown up since then. I can handle this. I want to be here for you. I am staying until you are fully recovered and out of this hospital. I lay there listening, and the pain inside me went deeper than any physical ache I knew the harsh things I had said, had stayed with her. And now that we were reunited, she was trying to prove herself. But the more she did that, the more it broke me. And the worse I felt inside watching her run around tirelessly these past few days. Completely exhausted while her reputation took hit after hit online. If this kept up, she was going to lose everything she had built. How could a guy who was already dying drag down someone whose career was at its peak? She must have been totally drained because it was not long before she passed out in the chair. I slowly pushed myself up as carefully as I could, trying not to make a single sound when I reached the door. My feet just stopped. I stood there staring at Lily for a long time. Leaving her felt unbearable. The feeling of not wanting to go was in every part of me, right down to my bones, but I had no other choice. I had to go. I stepped out into the hallway and made my way out of the hospital. I went back to my rental, packed up my things, and headed to the train station and bought a ticket. The train rode through a full day and night, and by the following evening I had arrived in an unfamiliar city. I blocked her on everything. Once again, there was no future for us. I could not drag her down and ruin what she had worked for. During this time, I found out Lily had been searching frantically for me. She had reached out to everyone, including my roommate, who called me completely blown away, telling me a top celebrity was looking for me. At first, he thought it had to be someone with the same name, Jake. Where are you right now? I did not tell him where I was, just asked him to pass along a message to Lily, telling her to stop looking for me. Lily also tried reaching me through her personal social media. She searched desperately, but I held firm and never showed up. Then one day I found out that the account Little Sparrow had been exposed by fans as Lily's secret alt account. I never saw that coming, but it had brought me a kind of unexpected joy and warmth I was not prepared for. Better to end the pain now than let it drag on after Lily discovered I had disappeared again. She went into a full-on frenzy trying to find me. I chose to spend my remaining time at a hospice. On the edge of the city, it was quiet there. You could see the whole open sky. At night, the stars were out in full. I had blocked her everywhere, but I made a new account just to quietly check on her every day. Then one night when the pain had pushed me almost to the edge of consciousness, my phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. Jake, I know you are watching this, and I know you are in pain right now, but you promised you would watch the stars with me. You broke that promise once, you cannot do it again. I gripped my phone and tears slid silently down my face. The next day, the door to my room was gently pushed open. Lily rushed over and wrapped her arms tight around me, crying like a kid who had been lost and finally found her way home. Do not even think about leaving me again, Jake. I stood completely still, feeling her body tremble as her warm tears soaked through my shirt. I had never seen her cry like this, so raw and completely unguarded. Lily, I finally found my voice again. It came out dry and rough like sandpaper. You know what I am dealing with. Stage 4 stomach cancer, less than 3 months left. She lifted her head, her swollen red eyes locked onto mine. I looked into everything, Jake. Just because every doctor here gave up on you does not mean there is nothing left to try. She pulled me inside and pulled out a thick stack of documents from her bag. These are remote consultation reports on your case from 3 top cancer centers in the US, Germany, and Japan. They said the outlook is tough, but your genetic testing shows a mutation that could be targeted. There might be a targeted therapy option, and on top of that, there is a CAR T-cell immunotherapy clinical trial that just launched domestically specifically for your type. I stared blankly at those pages packed with medical terminology, my mind completely blank. Do you remember you once said no matter how hard things get, be like the stars even when clouds cover them up? They never truly disappear. She turned to look at me, her eyes steady and sure. Now it is my turn to be your star. She stepped closer and took my hand. Will you give me a chance so we can fight this side by side? Just like we always promised through everything together. In that moment, I saw the whole night sky reflected in her eyes. I did not say no treatment was harder than anything I had imagined. The targeted therapy hit me hard. Constant vomiting, fever, and pain all over. The chemo leading up to the CAR T treatment nearly wiped me out completely, but having Lily there made every single day bearable. She cleared her entire schedule for 3 months, handling only the most urgent things from the hospital room. Her manager nearly lost it. But Lily would not budge. Money can be made again. More projects will come, but some people, once you lose them, they are gone forever in that hospital room. We found each other again. I got to know a Lily who was no longer that wide-eyed girl. She could hold her own with doctors about treatment plans, handle her team's crises without flinching, put on her stern face when I refused to eat, and then in the middle of the night when the pain got unbearable, hold my hand and sing softly until morning. She got to know a version of me that was no longer the guy who could handle everything. I cried from the treatments, felt insecure about losing my hair, and snapped at her when the pain got to be too much. And she just took all of it with so much gentleness, just like all those years ago, when I welcomed that small town girl who had just arrived in the big city, completely lost and overwhelmed. Remember sophomore year when I had that emergency appendectomy? You skipped a whole week of class to be there for me one afternoon, she said while peeling an apple. You were so clumsy back then. You even burned the rice porridge, but you ate every last bite, and told me it tasted amazing because you made it. She cut the apple into small pieces and held them up to my mouth. Now it is my turn. By the 3rd month of treatment, something unexpected happened. The new PET CT scan showed the tumor had shrunk significantly. Some of the metastases had disappeared, and Dr. Han could not hide his excitement looking at the scans. Unbelievable. This is a genuine miracle. The immunotherapy is working remarkably well for you. Lily burst into tears right there, but this time they were tears of joy. That night, we snuck up to the hospital rooftop. The city lights glittered below. But when we looked up, we could still see a few of the brightest stars shining through. Jake, look. Lily pointed up at the sky, just like us. Even in the dark, there is always light that finds a way through. I squeezed her hand. Lily, thank you for not giving up on me. 3 more months passed. After a full evaluation, my condition had entered a stable phase. I still needed regular treatment and monitoring, but it was no longer a terminal verdict with no options. On the day I was discharged, Lily pulled up in a low-key car to take me home. No press, no fans, just the two of us. Where to home, she smiled. But instead of heading toward her luxury high-rise, she drove toward the old neighborhood where we had first lived. The car stopped in front of a familiar, worn-down building. I stared at her in disbelief. I bought the place I had our first home renovated, put in an elevator but kept the same layout. The moment I pushed open the door, memories came flooding back. The tiny living room where we used to squeeze together to watch movies. The cramped little kitchen where the first dish she ever learned to cook was eggs and tomatoes. And that small balcony where we had made so many promises about the future. Now the place felt warm and cozy. The walls covered with photos of us. From our awkward high school days all the way to her walking red carpets. It hit me all at once. Lily wrapped her arms around me from behind. We cannot live in the past forever, but we should not completely leave it behind either. This is where we started, and now we get to start over from right here. One night, about a year later, we went back to that hilltop where we had stared at the stars so many times. My latest results were good. My tumor markers kept dropping. The doctor said if things kept going this way, I had a real shot at long-term remission. Maybe even a full clinical recovery. Lily had just gotten a major award nomination for her new film. But she turned down every single celebration party, insisting on spending this night out here with me. The stars were just as brilliant as ever, but we were no longer just two kids chasing dreams. Jake, 10 years ago, when we fell in love, we had nothing. Only the stars as our witness. She reached into her bag and pulled out a small box. I opened it. Inside were 2 simple plain band rings. Engraved on the inside was a short line guided by starlight. A lifetime without regret. Now I want to ask, will you walk every day that is left with me through sickness and in health? Through the good times and the hard ones, I did not answer right away. Instead, I got down on one knee. The move took some effort given I was still recovering, but I did it with everything I had. Lily, this was something I should have said first. I looked up at her 10 years ago. I promised to make you happy. And then I ran away. Thank you for coming back for me, for giving me a chance to make it right. I took the ring, took a deep breath, and made my vow again. I will spend whatever time I have left loving you and taking care of myself, watching every sunrise and every night full of stars with you. Will you marry me? Her tears fell, catching the starlight and breaking into 1,000 tiny sparks. Yes, the moment we slipped the rings onto each other's fingers. The city below blazed with light. The sky above blazed with stars. And our hands held each other tight as if we were holding the whole universe between us. We took our wedding photos right there on that hilltop, the stars as our backdrop, the morning light as our veil. My condition kept improving after that. The doctors called it a medical miracle, but the greatest miracle of all was that no matter how far we had wandered, we always found our way back to each other. And we learned that real love is not about sacrifice. It is about standing side by side. Not about keeping secrets, but about facing things together. Not about weathering the storm alone, but about building a shelter for each other. On another night full of brilliant stars, Lily leaned against my chest, our hands resting gently on top of each other, the rings glowing soft in the moonlight. Jake, does that star look brighter to you than it did last year? I looked where she was pointing and smiled. The star did not get brighter. We just learned how to see the light. She turned and kissed me on the cheek. You are right. Because now we know no matter how dark the night gets, the stars never let down the ones who keep watching, and we know every single day from here on out will be our own starlit night to share together.